Good morning, everybody. My name is Gabby. I am here with Poppy. She is starting off her board and train program with us here at Best Ball Forward. And what we're going to do today is her first video. So this is actually going to be a combination of her first and her second video. We're going to work on two different things during this session. So she has been here since Monday. She's a very sweet girl. Now you can see she is a little bit nervous right now. We do have a couple of dogs on the other side of this wall, so that is going to create a little bit more of a challenge, a little bit more of a distraction. But when you're starting off working on anything, we want to start in a low distraction environment and gradually start to work our way up to a more challenging environment. Yes, good girl. You're not going to take your food? Give me. So that's going to help make sure that your dog succeeds. Okay, we want to set our dog up to succeed in everything that they do. So working in that lower distraction, making sure that your dog gets confident in what you're working on, and then gradually increasing the level of distraction is going to help them to succeed. So right now I only have kibble in my pouch. And we're just going to work a little bit on marker words. So marker word that we use is yes. Okay, so we're going to use that word yes, and then we're going to give that reinforcement. Very good. Yes, and give that reinforcement. So that your dog starts to learn that that word yes means that they're doing something good, and they get that reinforcement. Yes. So she's not taking it right now, and that's okay. So, very important. Sometimes in situations, especially with dogs that are a little bit more nervous, they might get to that point where they're not taking food, and that's okay. We can use food as reinforcement, but it's not the only reinforcement that we can use. We can use praise, we can use pets. Good girl, she's very sweet, so she likes attention. We can use play. So if your dog's really motivated by playing, you can use that during your sessions as well. Free. So all I'm going to do right now is work a little bit on that marker word as well as a little bit of attention. So making sure that she's able to check in with me, very important before we actually start any sessions. Yes, good girl. So right there, she looked at me. I marked with that word yes, and then I'm giving her that reinforcement of that attention. So this is really good for you guys to see in case she gets to that point where she's not taking that treat. Yes, good girl. Just seeing that you can use other things to motivate her. Good girl. Free. Yes. Good job. So again, she looked at me, gave me that eye contact, and marked with that word yes. And then I'm giving that reinforcement of attention. Good girl. So you can work on this anywhere. You can start off in a low distraction environment inside your house, gradually start to increase that level of distraction. Go get it. See if she'll take a couple treats now. There you go. Good girl. Get it. You can make it fun too. Turn it into a little bit of a game, especially since she is a young puppy. Go get it. Keeping the sessions interesting, very important. Good girl. Okay, so she's paying attention to me. She's checking in. Now we're going to work on the next thing, which is a little bit of basics, a little bit of sits and downs. Sit. Yes. Good girl. Very nice. So now she's taking that food. Excellent. Free. We use the word free to let her know she can get up, walk around. If she does pop out of that sit or that down, that place, whatever you're working on her with, before you use that word free, we're going to make sure to put her back into that position, ask her for a stay, and then we're going to give that reinforcement. We don't want her to go back into that position and immediately reinforce, because what you're reinforcing there is her getting up, walking around, and then you putting her back into that position and reinforcing. So we want to reinforce that success. Poppy, sit. So there she got a little bit distracted. You can see She's a little nervous. She saw her reflection. Yes, good girl. In the TV right there. But she was able to go into that sit. That's excellent. Free. Good job. Now, in the beginning, all we're going to work on is having her go into that sit and then freeing her right away. As she starts to get more comfortable, we're going to ask for that stay. Yes. Free, just for a couple of seconds, and then gradually start to increase that level of time that we are asking her to be in that sit or that down. You can see she keeps checking out that TV. Sit. Yes, good girl. And that time she was able to do a sit with a verbal and a hand signal. Now, the hand signal we use is a flat hand and a motion like that. So she's a little freaked out by the TV. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let her go up and just sniff. So it's very important that, especially with a nervous dog, yes, good girl, that you're making sure that you're working through things like this. And just make sure that the camera can see. Okay. Come here. So working on desensitizing her to different things that might be a little bit scary for her while she's young is very important. Now, as a puppy, she's going to go through different fear periods. There's going to be times as she gets older that she goes through these fear periods, and you're going to have to work through things like that, okay? Yes, good girl. So making sure that she has a very solid foundation of listening to different basic behaviors is going to be very important throughout her training journey. So working on this stuff that might seem really simple right now is going to help her in the end with some of the things that are a lot more challenging for her to work on. Okay, so yes, making sure she can pay attention before. One of the things that she's here for is leave it, drop it, making sure she's able to focus on us. Very important before we start working on something like that. Yes, good girl. So right there, she looked at that TV. She's a little bit nervous. She didn't go towards it or away from it. So I'm just giving her that reinforcement, telling her good job. Good girl. Now let's go back to sit. A little bit of the basics. Yes. Let's work on a down. Yes, good girl. So right there, yes. I used a piece of food, free, to lure her into that down. So that's that first step, is using that food to lure her into that position. The next step is having pinched fingers without a piece of food, luring her down with those pinched fingers into that down position, or luring her into that sit, whichever you're working on at home. Now, when you get her home, if this is stuff that you've worked with her before on, she might go through it really quickly. If it's something she hasn't worked on as much, you might have to take a little bit longer in each step. Next step is to do the verbal and the hand signal. The hand signal we use for down is 2 fingers, and we're going to point down. So she's not at that point yet, but that's what we're going to do when she gets to that point. We're going to use the 2 fingers, point into that position. Right now, we still need to use that. So right there, you can see she's a little bit distracted. What I'm going to do, free, let's go. I'm going to free her, and I'm going to reset her. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of treat tosses. Go get it. Ready? Go get it. Get it. Good girl. Good job. And then we're going to reset. Sit. Now you can see she's starting to check out. She's getting a little bit more nervous. She's a little bit more alert. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of success. So I'm going to ask for maybe a sit instead. I'm not going to repeat myself. Very important when you're working on stuff like this. You're not repeating that command over and over and over again. If you repeat that command over and over and over again, the dog starts to ignore it, right? So we don't want that to happen. So I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm going to reset her, walk around a little bit, Good girl. Here. Come here. Good girl. Sit. We're going to try again. And she can hear another dog that's working on the other side of this wall now. So again, free. I'm going to walk her around a little bit. Wait till she's a little bit more comfortable. You can hear the dog over there making some noise now. And right here, you can see she's totally checked out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to end that session here. I don't want to keep going because what's going to happen is good girl, yes. So she went into that sit on her own. I'm still going to give her that reinforcement for that. Good girl. But if she gets to that point where she's totally checked out, I want you to end the session. We don't want to do too long of sessions anyway, especially because she is young. Keep those sessions short. Try to end on success, okay? So she did good. Yeah, she's a little bit nervous right now with that barking. So we're going to end the session. You guys have any questions, let us know in the comments below. But she's doing a great job. She's a very sweet girl. And she's going to do a wonderful job throughout the program. Good girl. And we will see you on her next video tomorrow. Good girl.